How you doing, guys? Alright, today we're going to be talking Vaping 101. We're going to be talking PGVG, steeping, and breathing. So stay tuned. Alright, welcome back, Vape Heads. Alright, today we're going to talk about PGVG, steeping your e-juice, and breathing your e-juice. Some very basic terms that a lot of new people stepping into the vaping world might not understand. Alright, PGVG ratio is basically a ratio of chemicals in your e-juice. A lot of e-juices will straight have 50-50 blend. But, okay, PG basically is propylene glycol, and what that does is going to control the harshness or throat hit of the e-juice. And it really helps to blend the flavors of the e-juice. So the more PG you have in your e-juice, the more flavor you're going to have, the stronger that flavor is going to be. Whereas VG, vegetable glycerin, that is going to control the viscosity, how thick your juice is, and how much vapor production you're going to get off your juice. The more VG you have, the less flavor and the more vapor you're going to get off your e-juice. Those are the basic terms. So you really kind of got to test them out and play with it a little bit to find your comfort level and your preference for e-juice. I personally prefer somewhere around the 65-35 high VG or 70-30 high VG. You know, something where VG is going to be dominant. I've tried a lot of different, juices where it's 50-50, and I've noticed with the higher stuff in the VG, I just like it better. I get a lot more vapor, and it really kind of tones down the flavors. Some of these flavors that I've tried are just overwhelmingly strong, and I just don't prefer that. I like, just a subtle flavor, If it's sweet, I don't want it to be too sweet, If it's really fruity, it can't be too fruity, or it just kind of kills it for me. So I really kind of like to tone it down with a higher VG. But as someone who is a newbie going into it, you really kind of got to play with it and find your comfort level with juice. Some juices you might prefer a higher PG, and some juices you might prefer a higher VG. You really kind of got to pick your flavors that you like, mess around with them, and find your comfort level. You can buy all the stuff to blend your own e-juices and kind of play with VG, PG level to see what you prefer. But just buying little 10 milliliter bottles can be pretty cheap to, kind of buy a high VG, a high PG, find out, what you like, what you prefer, because, everything is subjective when it comes to vaping, so it's really all about your comfort level. But the basic idea is the PG is the throat hit and the flavor, and your VG is going to be cloud production and how thick your e-juice is. And that's basic, as you can get. Now, steeping e-juice is basically like this. The longer a fine wine sits, the better it's going to get. The longer alcohol sits, hard alcohol, the better it's going to get. E-juice is the same way. The longer it sits on your shelf, the better it gets, and we call that steeping. Now, the best way to steep your juice is to keep it out of direct sunlight and out of high temperatures or low temperatures. You want to keep it at room temperature if possible. Artificial light's not going to hurt it, but direct sunlight will speed steep your e-juice, and it could possibly ruin it, so I don't recommend that. You do want to give it a shake every day, and really give it a shake, like as hard as you can, shake that shit. Shake it, and sit here and shake it for a good 30 seconds, 45 seconds, and just shake, it's going to help your flavors mix together. So that's definitely kind of what you want to do. That's basically steeping. If you steep for a minimum of 2 weeks, no matter what juice you're going to buy, the flavor's going to come off better, and that's just a basic fact, because you never know how long that juice is going to be sitting on your shelf. Okay, and breathing, another simple term that a lot of people don't understand. Now, if you buy some juice and the flavor is overwhelmingly strong and you can't handle it, I recommend breathing your e-juice. And what that means is to take the lid off, take off this little plastic top, like that, and just let it sit for a couple hours. No lid, no nothing, and come back to it and try it every couple hours. I wouldn't recommend breathing it for more than a day, more than 12 hours, because that's really going to where your nic level and your flavor is going to start to drop off and fade out because you're getting too much oxygen inside the juice. But if you've got an alcohol flavor, because some of these are mixed with alcohol or cleaned with alcohol, and there's alcohol flavor, if that happens, breathe your juice, take the caps off and let them sit, and here's your basic bottle, and here's a different kind of bottle. With this, just take the cap off, take the dropper out, and just let them sit, take that out and let it breathe for a couple hours, and you know, it'll tone down that overwhelming flavor, or if it's got any alcohol flavors, it's going to get rid of that. So those are some basic terms. I'm going to have more of these 101 videos in the future to, you know, kind of help the newbies out with basic terms. We'll look at a few other subjects later on, but for now, keep on vaping on. So I'm going to give you one for the road, and I'm going to get out of here.